Hey guys, this is John. Welcome to Side Marcia's podcast. I'm really excited today to bring you a little bit of a special interview I did with a Capital One money manager person, which is like super cool, doing cool coaching program. And as I had this opportunity, I was talking about this lady, Elizabeth, about some really big overarching long-term goals today. And, it kind of reminded me of this message that, like, you want to have this place you want to get to. You want to have this goal, this objective that you're working towards. But it's also really important to not be sort of overwhelmed by the little tiny things that are along the way, or little things that might be sort of need to be overcome on the path of things. And really the most important thing you can do, right, is to just start and just start going and going and going. And then once you start, like, you're going to get there, and it's just a matter of time, right? And so it's really critical to just go on the path and not worry about sort of all the small things. And I was thinking about this concept this morning. I was filming one of the big seminars for the 9 to Noon coaching program, the implementation, the Become a Millionaire weekly program, active program. And I was thinking about, like, there were like all these cameras everywhere. It's this giant rig set up. Literally took me like an hour to set up all this stuff. It was insane. And we filmed for like 7 hours this morning. And, for most people, that's really intimidating. For most people, like, starting out there is difficult. And for me, like, I would never have imagined I would start out there. But now I'm here. And I'm only here because, like, I wasn't afraid to take the first step. I wasn't afraid to, like, actually go and buy that first stock. I wasn't afraid to actually open up that Google document and just type like 9 to Noon on it and start freaking writing. And I think those are some big things that come out in this special interview. And I want you to kind of take them and apply them to your life. And most significantly, I want you to think of ways that you can sort of use it to get started on your own investing, get started on your own portfolio growth, and get started. Really, the big thing is get started on your own future by focusing on your passions. I think that's something that comes out really well in this interview, and something that I think you can get a lot from. So with that said, I'm really excited to share this interview with you, and I hope you get a ton of value from it, and it inspires you to go out there and take action and start doing the things that might seem scary at first, but then they actually become super easy, because in reality, like, you just don't have to worry that much about it, and you can make it all you. So with that said, thanks so much, and I hope you enjoyed this podcast exclusive. So the big question is this: how do investors like us, who don't have a PhD in finance or millions to start investing, how do we grow our bank accounts to build real savings and retirements, and yet still have the time to do what we really love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So how did you hear about money coaching?
There's like that email from Capital One, and they were like, new store, new money coach, you should come to my room.
Oh, cool.
And so I did.
Okay, cool. Are you a Capital One customer?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Well, I'm glad you did. That's awesome. So did you just sign up online?
Uh-huh.
Cool. All right. Well, good. So I'm really glad you're here. And just before we start, I have a few things I need to tell you. So I'm just gonna move this out of our way. And okay, so I'm going to give you an overview of what we're going to do today. And just tell you a couple other things. So in money coaching, you get 3 sessions.
Oh, cool.
Hey. Oh, yay.
Thank you.
No problem, boss.
Thank you, Meg.
No problem.
You get, so in the first session, we're going to talk about, you know what? I'm going to move over there.
Okay.
Sometimes I get distracted by all the activity out there, and I'm better if I face this direction.
That's a good call.
Yeah. Sometimes it's like a lot happening out there, especially on a Saturday.
It is a Saturday.
Yeah, and we'll do this in a minute. So this is not advising. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a therapist. And I'm a life coach by training.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Do you need like special registration to help people with financial advice?
Probably. I don't have it.
Right.
So I have, I'm a certified life coach. So I have life coach training and money coach. All our money coaches are certified life coaches by the International Coach Federation. So we go through all this life coaching training. So we are not, I cannot tell you about like your finances, advise you about finances, that sort of thing. I'm not trained to do that.
Right.
We're going to help you bring out your answers about what happens for you, what you need money-wise. That's my job. So
okay.
You do that. We're going to use some tools and activities on the iPad, and then you'll probably have some action steps to take as a result of that, or whatever we do today, I'll email you a copy of it, so you'll have it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It'll be fun.
That's so kind.
good. And so this session is about getting clear on what you want. The next one is about removing roadblocks, anything that's getting in your way of what you want. And the third one will make an action plan.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it is cool. And everything's confidential. It's just between you and me. You're welcome to say whatever you want to anybody. And you need to know, as a Capital One customer, this has no bearing on your being our customer. This is all confidential information. The only person that's ever going to hear it is me.
Cool.
And so, same thing is true regarding any your email and this information. We don't use that for marketing.
Okay.
We're not collecting data or anything through this.
I believe you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm required to tell you all
Why,
these
I'm
things.
glad. I feel so safe now.
Good, I'm glad. That's the idea. And everything's confidential, with the exception if there's any reason I feel there's any concern for your safety or another person's safety or any kind of criminal activity. We'll stop this and have a different discussion.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I have to say that in every money coaching session.
Have you ever had a bank robber?
No, thank God.
That's good.
We don't have money. Well, we just have the ATMs. It's not
Oh.
like we have a vault here.
Oh, okay.
So it's not a traditional bank. We don't have a vault with a bunch of money in it. So we just have the ATM machines.
Oh, okay.
And the other thing is, sometimes I might stop you and say, okay, so what's the bottom line? And just interrupt you, because I want you to leave here with more information than you arrived with. That's the point,
thank you.
right? You're welcome. So we all tell stories, me included, so I might just stop you. And I think that's it.
Okay.
So let's do this. And you're going to have time to ask me questions or whatever, but I had to give you the spiel first.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I'm required to do that. So if you'll just scroll through here, and these are just the things I just mentioned to you. If you accept those, awesome. There you
Cool.
go. So these are just some of the fun tools to work with.
Oh, okay.
So you can, but before you even, well, you can go ahead and do it. Just go for it. That's fine.
Okay. Should I write what I want?
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Cool. This is so nice.
I'm glad you like it.
It's so accurate. What do you want?
Me?
Yeah.
I want to be here with you having this coaching session. I'm happy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I'm getting to do what I love to do.
Yay.
I want to build real savings and retirements for masses of people. Wow, tell me more about that.
Well, I'm really interested in like decentralized asset management, to kind of like empower independent money managers and open up like equity, bond, and cryptocurrency markets across the world, and sort of help. There's a lot of people that are just completely disenfranchised and have no access to assets or investing, and so really empower them to really get into personal finance and get into investing, and pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. What do you like about that?
Well, it's cool because it kind of helps. The big thing is sort of replacing some of the traditional bank systems that aren't very effective at asset management for a lot of people, and I don't know, helping billions of people have assets is like pretty cool.
Okay. What does it do for you doing that? I'm just going to step this back up for a minute.
Ooh.
There we go. Here. We've got to reline its magnets and it's happier.
Oh, okay.
That's good. It's all good. What will doing that do for you?
Well, you make a bunch of money in the process, and obviously there's a bunch of fulfillment from it.
Yeah, what's fulfilling about it?
Well, like, there's a lot of people I know, and I didn't want stories, but I remember a long time ago, I was writing my first book, and I was sitting in this hotel lobby, and there's like this lady, and long story short, she was like 70, working as a babysitter. She had never invested, had no clue how to invest her whole life, and she worked like 10 hours days every day for 40 years and had nothing to show for it at 70 or whatever, and she was living on Social Security, and I saw that, I was like, that's like really, really, really harsh. And there's a lot of people that are in that situation that really shouldn't be, if they just like had assets.
Yeah. So So what is it that you want for that lady?
The ability to invest and start investing early and without traditional educational blockades or fundamental blockades.
Okay. Excellent. Well, you're very clear on what you want. I want to build real savings and retirements for masses of people. So you're talking about what you want to do for the other people, not even for you.
Well, that's like what I want to do. Like, you have to have a team. Like, you can't really do that by yourself. It's kind of hard.
Okay, cool. So let's scroll down here to the next screen. And sorry,
Oh, you're good.
What's getting in the way? And you can flatten it however you want to do it.
Okay,
Whatever's
thanks.
cool, good for you.
Yeah, I will. Thank you.
Sure.
I mean, it takes to start off with all that, you have to, like, at a minimum, have access to financial markets in terms of like direct fund management, and so it takes a couple billion to open a broker dealer and fund, pretty much.
Okay.
The asset fund, but yeah.
Okay.
And so you get there, it just takes time.
Okay.
I guess I'll put time.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So there you either one. There you go. You did, yay! You get an A+ in magnet setting or something like that. Okay, so it takes a couple billion to open a broker dealer and asset fund. Okay. So what is it that's getting in the way? Having the couple of billion?
Yeah, it just comes through time, so just
Okay.
a matter of time, I guess.
Okay, excellent. All right, so let me ask you this: before we click finish, what do you want to get out of this money coaching session today?
I kind of want to learn about like what most people kind of struggle with and overcome as they start to get into money coaching. Some of the big things that hold most people back.
Okay, so you want to learn that, and what do you want to learn? So that's about other people, right?
Yeah.
So what do you want to learn about you?
I don't know what should I be wanting to learn.
I don't know, but that's perfectly good. That's cool that you want to learn that. You want to learn about. Tell me once more. You want to learn about what is it?
What other people struggle with and what they have to overcome.
Okay, cool. And tell me a little bit more about that.
Sure. So, like, I'm a national best-selling author, and I do a lot of like personal coaching with investors and basically just helping people make like 6 and 7 figures with stocks and other asset classes. And so, like, the base for that is overcoming, money management. Because if you don't have money to invest, then you can't invest. So, kind of the core foundation and some of the things that most people struggle with and how they overcome it.
Okay. Very good. So, just so you know, that's great that you want to know that. What we're focusing on here is really, maybe this is it. Because I don't have the answers to that question, right? So I think what we might do is help you to get clear on how you can get those answers.
Oh, okay.
That's a possibility.
I believe in you.
You believe in me. Thank you. What makes you say that?
You're special.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So let's do this. I'm gonna tap this.
Okay.
I know we already did that one, didn't we?
Oh, I guess we did.
That's okay.
That's
Finish. We're good. And so I'm thinking that based on what you're talking about, I'm thinking about this tool and this tool. So chart your values and make your travel plan. And I'm thinking about map your money. Understanding your values is really important in how you live your life and spend your money, and that could be a useful tool based on what you're talking about. And also this one is about getting where you want to get, like knowing what that is and then what you need to do to get there. So I'm going to select these two and let you pick from those two.
Okay. I work pretty hard on my long-term goals already and like steps to get there, so I think this would be the most fun one.
Excellent. Fun is good. Okay, so what we're gonna do is Yeah, so what appeals to you about this one?
Values?
Yeah, about this tool. About what you just selected. You
Oh.
thought it would be fun.
Yeah, I think it's fun to know at a deep level where you're coming from, so that you can steer it towards where you go. Because if you don't know the seeds you're planting, then you're not going to know the trees that are going to grow from them.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so let's do this. I'm gonna tap on stickers up here. Okay.
Okay, go.
Yeah.
Should I pick one?
Yeah, you can pick all you want. And you know what I like to do before we jump into the stickers is let's do this.
Okay.
We're just gonna sit. I want you to just sit back for a minute and relax. I'm gonna do the same thing. Okay. And I just want you to close your eyes for a minute, and I'm just gonna sit over here in this chair while you're over there in your chair, and I just want you to take a couple of relaxing breaths. And you can take your time with this. I'd like you to recall a time in your life in which you felt really alive and fulfilled and just like, over the moon. And I'd like you just to recall that. And as you're just sitting there, think about if there are other people there or if you're by yourself and, where you are, what the setting is, what's happening. And then whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and tell me what you recalled.
Okay.
Okay. What you got?
I mean, there's been a lot of crazy investing moments, but I don't know if any of them top like the moment I pushed publish on my first book. That was pretty great. That was a year and 5 years of research and a year of writing, and then I pushed and then it got published, and that was the best. It was so crazy. I didn't sleep for 72 hours. I was so excited. So much dopamine. It was the best.
Yeah. And what you said it was the best. While you talk about it, I'm gonna look at these values. Hang on, let me log back in.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. Okay. Oh, come on, baby. I'm probably moving too fast for it.
You're all good.
There we go. Okay, so you said it was the best when you pushed that button for publish. So what was so great about it?
Well, you kind of know that there's so much work and so much information behind it, and at the same time, you know how many people it's gonna help and change the lives of, and you kind of combine those, and it's just so much fulfillment.
Yeah. What is that? So what is that about for you? Is that about changing his lives? Is that about giving?
Sure.
It's about giving. Okay.
I mean, I hate writing. The only reason I actually finished the book was to give to others.
Okay, so it's about giving to others, and when you pushed publish, when you pushed that button, what's important about you doing that?
What do you mean?
Well, the fact that you're writing this book, and what's important about that?
To me, the most important thing is there's there's a lot of information to get into, if you want to get into personal finance and mostly investing. And so what's really important to me is taking the educational barrier to entry into finance and crushing it. And I remember when I started investing, there was just so much stuff to go through. And it took forever and ever and ever. And I lost 6 figures on stuff that didn't work because no one actually taught it well. And so I knew publishing it that would change so many people's lives and allow them to go through it the easy way.
Okay. So when you think about that experience, I want you to start selecting. You can just drag them over here.
Okay.
Whichever ones you feel like are true for you. And I should say to you that values, what I mean by that is they're just who you are. They're not even a choice. They're just who is John at the core and that's what they are.
Oh, Okay.
Yeah, they're not a should. They're not morals or ethics. They're just like really what turns you on. Whether it's whatever it is. So maybe in this case, giving is clearly that for you.
Okay, cool. I like to pick all of them.
You pick as many as you want, and if there's more,
Oh, there's more? Okay, cool.
there's another row at the bottom.
Okay.
A lot. That's great.
Yeah.
Most people do.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. You have a few that will be like the core, but usually have lots. Does that feel like all of them to you for now?
That looks pretty solid.
Okay, cool. And if there any you feel like are missing, we can even make it up.
Oh, I think we're good.
You're good for now? Okay. We can come back to this page if we want to. All right. So this is your values wheel, if you will. And did you pick these two?
I don't think so. I can pretend I did.
Well, you can pretend you did. It's interesting. I don't know how they got on there, but we can. If
Must
they're
be
not
meant to be.
must be meant to be. Do you think they fit?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So this is your wheel. So really, you get to put whichever values you feel really are most important on your wheel.
Oh, okay.
Or you can group them. You can.
Oh, you can do like that? Okay.
However it feels true to you.
Okay. Yay.
All right, tell me about what you did here.
Well, these kind of were related, and those were related, and those related. And all the ones on the outside sounded really important.
Okay. Tell me, okay, so which stands out like to you as the ones that feel most important to you?
Probably just like ambition and discipline and leadership.
What's important to you about ambition?
Like always wanting to do more, be more.
When you are that, what does that give you?
A lot of money.
A lot of money?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's good about that?
You can use it to kind of get closer to your goals and have bigger long-term impact.
Okay. And what's the longer-term impact that you want to make?
Mostly, kind of like empowering independent money managers across the world, and also the billions of people on this planet that don't have bank accounts to invest in assets.
And what's important about them doing that?
Would allow them to like escape living on $2 a day, stricken poverty.
Okay. Yeah. And that really matters to you.
Yeah, it's a pretty big problem.
Yeah, like you're talking about the lady, the 70-year-old lady that you saw. So, tell me about spirituality.
Meditation and like having control over your body, especially physically, is ridiculously important for having really good investments. Especially if you manage your money every day, like you've got to have that down, or else you can succumb to like some bad stressors and stuff like that.
Okay. So the relationship between spirituality and ambition and money is really strong for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And tell me about, so you've got these, tell me about love.
Love's super important for inspiring like creativity and growth
Mm-hmm.
and motivation and energy.
Yeah, okay. And what kind, when you say love, what type of love are you referring to?
Like intimate sexual relationships and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. For sure, yeah. Okay, cool. And, yeah, so it gives you inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And what about, tell me about variety.
So like I trade like 3 hours a day, and then that's like a bulk of my money and my work, and then I just kind of do like whatever's kind of fun. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. And when you have variety happening, what does that do for you?
it's just like more fun.
Mm-hmm. It gives you fun. So you really have a value. Oh, you have fun on there. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, good. So that's clear. That needs to be on there. Yeah, because you smile when you talk about it. So that's awesome. And tell me about this grouping.
Well, honesty and like honestly, any kind of justice or whatever is radically important if you want to do anything in asset management, because you like can't lie if you're handling people's money. So
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else is hiding under here?
I think-
Justice.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. And how is this linked to inner peace?
well, inner peace, I think a big part of it comes from security and justice and honesty, and being intelligent enough to like know what's going on.
Uh-huh.
And so those all kind of mend together into inner peace.
Okay. Okay, excellent. And so, and tell me about this group.
I think like that's the big motivation group. So like reasons to, actually work and to push the boundaries, or to like have freedom and have the ability to indulge in things or be independent and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, great. And we haven't talked about this one. Tell me about this.
So like I don't know, leadership. Like I give seminars all the time and teach tons of students how to invest really well. So it's important to have like leadership in community, and then stay humble and share with people how to like do things instead of trying to just share like showing off and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, cool. So, is there anything on here? Do you feel good about how these are arranged, or is there anything that you want to rearrange, or?
That looks awesome.
It looks awesome. What's awesome about it?
Well, we made it together.
Cool.
And you're awesome.
Thank you. I
So
appreciate
it
that.
rubs off.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. And so, like, if you were to consider how your life is right now, are these the things that you feel are most important in terms of your values? Where are you right now? Like, let's say we have a scale of 1 to 10.
Yeah.
1 being they're not very present in your life, and 10 being they're really rocking them. So where are
Okay.
you with each group?
Most of these are like 10. I think maybe the only thing that's not 10 is like freedom, just because I'm in college, and so that's like kind of takes away a lot of time freedom.
Mm-hmm.
But everything else pretty much 10.
Cool. A 10.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Yeah. Yeah. What are you proud of?
I'm really proud of for the results I create for students. I think is the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. For students.
Yeah.
Say more about that.
So like people I teach about personal finance and investing and trading. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like when I get the phone call from someone that they just made more in a day than they made the entire year prior, like that is just such an amazing feeling. So. Yeah.
What does that do for you?
Well, obviously you make a lot of money from it, because money comes back. But mostly it's like knowing that you can, like someone used to be at like nothing, and then now they have like something, and it's just such a huge shift, and just really fulfilling. You know?
Mm-hmm. What does it do for your heart?
Makes it feel very happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Because what is it that you want for that other person?
Them to succeed
Uh-huh.
and have freedom and everything.
Yeah, so if they have that, it makes me think about the ripple effect, right? So if they have that and you're helping all these other people to have that, then what's the bigger effect?
Well, the bigger effect is once you have decentralized asset management, they can come in as independent money managers and then manage tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of other people's money if they're really, really great at it. And then that creates an impact on everyone because now everybody has better results and better returns because of that. And they get paid a bunch of money to do it. And so yeah.
Okay, so what does that mean globally?
Well, it decreases, I guess, income inequality by increasing global national wealth in all aspects of life. And also, I guess, would probably help a lot with poverty-stricken countries.
Yeah.
And America. I mean, half of Americans don't own stocks, which is insane. So
Half of America what?
don't own stocks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so you've really got some of the same issues right here, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So in John's view, what is your vision for what's your big vision?
Big vision is like in 10 years. Basically, you have a global network that allows decentralized exchange of assets. So somebody in California can give somebody in Guatemala a share of Apple and make that exchange instantaneously. And that exchange can also be facilitated on a decentralized money manager scale. So money managers can represent a pool of investors in their cash in a way that's based off of blockchain-based trust so that those people can gain reputation over time based off of their returns versus volatility. And thereby you can have sort of a proportional distribution of available funds to manage handed to these individual money managers who can then create like once you kind of learn how to trade really, really well, like you can create returns that are jaw-dropping. And so if you can share that with masses of people, and you can't do it at an institutional level. You can only really do it when you have smaller independent players, because if you try to do it on an institutional level, it's just really tough to trade billions or trillions of dollars and make the same kind of returns you can make with $100,000 or something like that. And so as soon as you empower decentralized asset management, it not only opens up financial markets to billions of people, but it also allows billions of people who don't really want to put in the time to do it all themselves to get returns that are geometrically greater than are traditionally possible.
Okay. So, and so when your vision is coming to fruition, what does it do for you?
Well, huge personal fulfillment. And then I'll never have to work again. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so it gives you
freedom. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if you were gonna, just for fun, if you were going to rank your top values, what order would you put them in?
Like top 3 or?
Sure, you can do top 3, top 5, top 8, however you want to do it.
Probably like ambition, unity, leadership, spirituality. Those are the big ones, like love, freedom, that's this big.
Okay, I'm curious, do you want to write them down in that order? You could write on here if you want to.
Okay.
If you want to, you don't have to. It's up to you.
I believe in you. What are your biggest fights? What are your biggest fights?
I have lots of them, but we're going to talk about you right now. We're going to keep it all about you.
Thanks.
I appreciate you asking, but we're going to hang with John's world.
Okay. There you go.
What you got? Vision, leadership, spirituality, community, love, and freedom. Okay, so just curious, what's the reason they're in this order?
I don't know, just kind of felt most important that way.
Okay, awesome. So I have a thought for you.
Fun is also important, I guess.
Fun?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to put that one on there?
Sure.
Okay. With an exclamation point for fun, yeah. So, okay, so we're going to talk about, so I was thinking, we are going to talk about action steps in a moment. I was thinking one of the things you could do is you could make this list and you could post it somewhere. You can post it, you can put it on your phone if you want to, you can put it on your bathroom mirror, somewhere where you see it, because the idea behind it is when you know what your values are, since they're the core things that you need to be fulfilled, then you can like check and see, do I have all these happening in my life at this moment? You know?
Oh, okay, that's smart.
Or when you feel, when you feel out of sorts, or
Mhm.
something's not going well, odds are good all of these top values are not being exercised at that time.
That makes sense.
That makes sense? What makes sense about that?
Well, if you don't have like love or spirituality, then you're gonna be messed up.
Yeah, that's right. So for you, all of these are important. And I realize that you have a lot more values than that, but most people do. Often people will put 20 or 30 on here. But you do have a few. It's like your top ones are, the feeling should be like, if this was taken away from you and you would be like, oh my God, that would be awful.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what your top ones are really about. So that's a way to help identify them. So that's why they're important. So I'm thinking that could be an action step for you to take. How does that grab you? The idea of posting these somewhere.
Yeah, it makes sense. I read my overarching long-term goals twice a day, so I could do it after that.
Okay, great. So where would you, so what does that mean? Where would you write them or post them?
Well, I could put them on like my phone background or on a mirror.
Okay. Will you do that?
Sure.
Okay, cool. And other thing I was thinking about is you had your question. When I asked you what you want to get out of today, your question was. Tell me again what your question is. You want to know
Kind of what most people struggle with.
what most people struggle with. Okay. And of course, I don't have that answer for you.
Oh,
So, what I'm curious about is this. Along with anything related to your values, I guess it's probably a separate question. So, is there anything that you want to do that would help you to get the answer to that question?
Mostly just teach new students, I guess.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's open up action steps. And how would that help you to get the answer to your question?
Well, usually, like when I have students, they like send testimonials and stuff, and they'll say like what they struggle with and yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's really pretty evident, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's really how you'll get the answer to that question.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And so I'm curious, what made you say that that's what you wanted to get out of our time today?
Well, because like if you learn that, then you can help a lot of people overcome
that. Okay. So is there any action step for you to take related to that?
I mean, this year I want to sell like 100,000 copies of my book, so I don't know, sell 100,000 copies of my book.
Okay. Is there anything you need to do to make that happen?
Yeah, there's a ton of stuff. It's all pretty much getting done now, which is exciting.
That is exciting. Yeah. So, that is exciting. And the fact that you have written this book and you said you don't like to write.
I hate writing.
You hate writing.
I got my first B ever in English in high school and college.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
And in college, I was like a national best-selling author, and I'm like, you're gonna make me write this 2,000-word paper? Because books are like 100,000 words, and oh my gosh.
So that says how ambitious you are. That speaks to your value of ambition.
Yeah, it's critical.
And determination.
Yeah, I already
You have a
booked
lot of
hard.
determination. I don't even know if that's on our chart. Let's just see if it is.
Okay.
Let's see if that's on there. I don't remember stickers. Determination is not on there, but you have a lot of determination or commitment, what's your word?
I mean, I think that comes from like overarching long-term goals. Is like that will give you passion. And determination.
Well, and it's the passion that really drives it. I mean, the passion is what's underneath all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know. Do you feel that it's useful to put determination on your list?
Sure, it makes you happy.
Oh, it's up to you. It's
I
not
think
for
it'd
me.
be a good idea.
Okay.
Determination.
Okay. Do you want to make a sticker for it?
What if we do determination?
Okay. Cool. It has a little right through here. Sometimes
I think we know.
you know what it is, but right through here, for whatever reason, sometimes the
Oh, really?
pencil doesn't work right in
Oh.
this area. I don't know
That's
why.
weird, huh?
I don't know why. Anyway, yeah, I've noticed that right in here. It's got a little glitch right there. So determined, yeah, because you're very determined. The fact that you don't like to write, but you have written that book and you pushed, and that's the thing you said you know that was your the moment you picked to talk about today was when you pushed that button.
Yeah. I mean, there's some other crazy investment moments, but
Yeah, but that's the one that you picked. Yeah. What is it? Well, what makes you pick that one over the others?
well, I mean, I've only done that once so far, and I mean, I've had plenty of like 5 and 6 figure swings and trades, and so I mean, that's only been once though.
Okay. So, the fact that you, as I said, that you don't like to write, but yet you did that. So what do you want to acknowledge yourself for?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, what do you want to give yourself credit for?
Well, I mean, name's on the book, so,
Yeah. So like would you say like, hey, I did a great job of sticking with it, or that sort of thing? What do you, that's what I'm getting at. Like,
yeah. I mean, basically all you do is just trade like thousands of stocks over a couple of years, and then you just write for like an entire year, and I mean, it's pretty easy. So, sticking with it is all you really have to do.
Yeah, that's true. However, you don't like to write. That's the thing. You
yeah.
really
You just
dislike writing.
But for me, it was so obvious that like I'm just gonna have to shut up and deal with it when I started. Because I saw a bunch of students that were coming out of all the seminars again. Because seminars are like, I mean, they're like way harder, but you don't have to write, so I like them more. And I had a bunch of students coming out of those seminars making a bunch of money, like investing a lot more money in stocks and crushing it and making returns that most people would expect in like 20 years in a month. And so that was kind of the big inspiration.
Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So, okay. So if you were going to write a statement,
Yeah.
that's I don't know, like your the statement to acknowledge yourself, and what I mean by that is like, because it's not, I hear what you're saying, like you're determined and you're focused, but you still had to write, which you don't love. Yeah. So
Next book, someone else is writing it.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so what would be the statement that you would say to yourself, like you rocked it, or I don't know. I'm so proud of you, John 4. What would, if you were going to fill that out, what would it be?
You're awesome.
You're awesome. Yeah. And what are you, in what way are you awesome?
For investing in yourself.
You're awesome. You're awesome, John, for investing in yourself. Is that what it would say?
Sure.
Okay. And when you hear that sentence, that phrase, what's your reaction to it?
Thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome, John, for investing in yourself. Yeah. So, will you post that somewhere? You're gonna have this to put with your long-term goals, and then will you post that somewhere?
Sure, I'll put it right next to it.
Okay, excellent. All right, so, okay, so when you look at this, I'm wondering, are there any, you said you give yourself a 10 in every area except, which was the one?
Freedom?
Freedom.
Yeah, just 'cause like college and stuff, and you don't really have time for freedom and...
Okay, so you're giving yourself a 10 in all of these?
Mm-hmm.
Except this one. So what's your number in this one?
I mean, I don't know, 4 or 5.
4 or 5? Okay. So what's one thing you could do that would make it a 6?
Well, I could drop out of college.
You could. You'd have a lot of freedom then, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
But then what would happen to all this?
It'd probably increase.
This would increase?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
All my teachers tell me to drop out of college.
They do?
Yeah. Mostly because I make more than them.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. My dad wants me to go to college.
What do you
Also, if you drop out of college, you look like an idiot.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. Like, once I make $1 million a month, I'll probably drop out.
Okay. So.
You don't really learn anything useful, is the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how come you're still in college?
Well, I don't know.
I'm just curious.
I really don't know.
You don't know?
Right.
Oh, okay. What do you want to do?
Decentralized asset management.
What do you want to do regarding college is what I was really...
Oh, I'm studying computer engineering.
Well, and what I'm wondering is, what do you want to do in terms of... For whatever reason you are in college. I don't know the reason why. But... So what, like, I'm really asking, like, what do you really want? Do you want to stay in college or do you not want to stay in college?
It's kind of fun. You get to go to, like, parties and there's women everywhere, and so it's you know.
Yeah, it's good that
Just
way.
all the school parts, like, really boring.
Oh, so the atmosphere is fun.
Yeah, it's college.
It's college, but the school part is boring.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm never going to use physics again. I'll hire people to do it, though.
Okay. So... The reason we're talking about it is you said all your teachers said you should drop out, and you said, I don't really want to, you said something like you didn't really see any reason to be there. Is that
Yeah,
right?
my dad wants me to go to college, though, so I don't know.
That's why you're there.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're, like, supposed to go to college, so I just kind of did.
I gotcha. Okay. Okay, so if these are all at a 10, and this is at a 4 or a 5, so I asked you, what could you do to make it a 6? You said drop out of college.
I mean, it's like the only thing that's like restricting my time.
Yeah. Okay. How much more time in college do you have?
I'm a freshman.
Oh, so you just started.
I'm my 3rd semester. They have me start. They have half the freshmen start during summer. So.
Okay. Okay. So Okay. So that would be the only thing you'd say is drop out of college, but it doesn't sound like you're planning to drop out of college.
Not really.
No. Okay. Well, you're having fun there anyway. You may not have. How does being in college not give you freedom?
So like, if you spend like 20 to 30 hours a week doing work that you really don't want to do, that has no purpose or meaning for you, like that pisses me off.
Oh. So it really steps on your value of freedom.
Right.
Huh.
Like, I want control over my time, and that's what investing gives me. But then, physics homework.
Physics homework, yeah. You're like, oh God, physics, yeah. Okay. Huh. Okay. So it pisses you off because you feel like it's stepping on your time.
Yeah.
And not getting to spend your time the way you feel is valuable.
I mean, it's not a huge deal. Like, I just hire people to do all this stuff that I need done in the businesses. So, I mean, I still have plenty of time to do what I need to do.
Okay. All right. So overall, how do you feel about your it's about investing your money, but it's also the relationship. These are about how do your values relate to how you spend your money, your time, and your energy. It's really. So how do you feel like you're doing in terms of your energy and your time?
Pretty awesome.
Okay.
I don't know, I work like 3 hours a day trading stocks, sometimes 2, and crush it. And then, I don't know, I work out every day, meditate twice a day. Get a bunch of seminars on the weekend, so record all that stuff, and it's pretty dope.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So in terms of energy and time and money and what you're investing, you feel good about all those.
Yeah.
Okay. And how could it be even better?
Well, if stock market crashes and all my puts will go up by value, so that'd be kind of nice. And like calls and crypto, oh my god, those would do so well.
Okay. Okay. So I'm curious, are there any action steps for you to take that will make it even better?
I don't know. I kind of need more women in my life, but like I have this guy hired, and he just goes through Tinder for me every day. So I don't think there's much else to like do on that. It's just like a lot of my time gets sucked up from school, so I can't go on as many dates as I want. But there's not much I can do about that.
Oh, because of school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what we know that why don't you type? You're going to type this part.
Yeah.
Pencil doesn't work in there. So you're going to type out? Just write that you're going to post your values, or however you want to word that.
Okay.
And
Does that work?
sure, whatever is good for you. I'm going to post my values. Awesome. Oh, and your awesome statement. Is that the one about investing in you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is that statement again? Will you type it in there?
I am proud of you. Investing in yourself.
Excellent. And where are you going to put that statement? Do you know?
Highlight on my loft thing.
Okay, cool. So click the calendar.
Okay.
And tell me by when are you going to do these things?
I don't know, Wednesday.
Okay, and click I commit.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Tell me this. What's the relationship between having lots of money and freedom?
Well, like when you have lots of money, you can do whatever you want.
And tell me because the very first things you mentioned was back when you wrote out what you want to get, and you talked about helping other people to save and invest, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you talked about that, yes, you make money from it, but you also really want that for them. So that's really about your heart too.
Yeah.
You're wanting to help others. Yeah. So if your heart, okay, I just want you to pause for a moment, and I want you to put your hand on your heart.
Okay.
Along with you. We're not going to say the Pledge of Allegiance. Contrary. So I just want you to just notice your heart for a moment. Just notice what's happening in there. And I just want you to see if you can answer from underneath your hand in your heart. What does it want you to know?
I love myself.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay. And what's it proud of you for?
Ambition.
Okay. Cool. Okie doke.
Want more stock market secrets? If so, go get your free copy of my best-selling book, 9 to Noon. You can get your free copy plus $11,176 of unannounced bonuses it took me years to uncover, completely for free at 9tanoonsecrets.com. Inside 9 to Noon, you'll find the top 38 secrets you can use to double your portfolio every 2 years and make upwards of 10% per trade daily. Hey guys, this is John. Thank you for making it to the end of the episode. You're going to have to mind some of the construction, which I still think is pretty funny. I want to do something kind of special for you, and the reason why is really simple, okay? You can have as much success with 9 to Noon investing as you want. You can make, as much money you want, hundreds of millions of dollars, billions of dollars, whatever it is that you desire, whatever your goals are, whatever your objectives are. But all that, I didn't have this problem until I really started having the first couple of years of success, and then it did, and I realized everything I was doing was awesome, and I'm gonna trade stocks, it's gonna be freaking dope. But a lot of that's not worth much if you don't have actual quality connections, actual quality, relationship assets is kind of what I like to call these connections that you forge in life, these friendships, these relationships that, I mean, they'll serve you literally for the rest of your life. I mean, it's so immeasurably valuable. And my dad, he was trying to help me out when I was growing up. And there was one book he always wanted me to read called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. And I remember he asked me like to read this book, and then I didn't read it for like a year. And he asked me to read this book. I didn't read it for a year. He asked me to read this book over and over and over again, but years and years and years go by. And it's really struggling. I didn't have like particularly many friends in all aspects of my life. I was pretty much just alone almost all the time. And that, I think, might have been one of the things that kind of pushed me into seclusion, made me start to like figure out how to like actually have success with financial markets and kind of stuff like that. And then when I actually found that success, all of a sudden I realized it wasn't that fulfilling if I didn't have any friends, any people to share with, any connections, any community to build that with. And so, I finally read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I mean, it's just totally changed my life. And I can honestly say that a vast bulk, like almost all of the success I've had with the investments I make, the businesses I run, I mean, everything I do comes from the relationships that I've created, the relationships that have essentially acted as the backbone of my entire life. And, looking back, it's like, yeah, no, obvious, right? But, I remember when I was growing up, like I just had no clue. I would never even considered it as something that was important. I wouldn't have even thought of it as like probably the biggest factor in sort of my success as a person. And I was listening to this interview again, and I was thinking about like all the stuff I was talking about, and I realized that it's kind of difficult to distill or to go through that process, right? That's a long process. It took me years and years and years and years and years to go from like being the least popular kid ever, had no friends ever, to being the most popular kid ever, had like all friends, right? And it was influence and growth and development. It's not like just this mindset that I can just like hand to you in like 10 seconds, right? And so I want to do something special with you, because I think that once you have this tool, it'll change your life. And if you guys definitely, if you're a new listener to the podcast, go back, binge all the past podcasts. You probably heard me talking about, giving tons of seminars on like My Little Pony, which totally changed my life. And then also How to Win Friends and Influence People. It was more so, the My Little Pony stuff. But I did put a ton of work into this masterclass about on how to win friends and people. And what I want to do is I thought it'd be cool. I put this whole course together based off of like friendship and a lot of other things that I've learned. But a small chunk of that course was this How to Win Friends and Influence People book masterclass, and it wasn't the focus on it wasn't obviously that, but this is sort of where the starting point is, right? Like this is like first base, and then the second base, and then the third base, and you have a home run, but this is like the first step, right? And I thought, like, would it be cool if I kind of took this little chunk out of this course and I just like gave it away for free, because I think it'll really, really help you. And I'm not a big fan of like force people to pay you tons and tons of money to get access to education or get access to information. Remember, when I was starting out, when I was growing up, like I didn't have the financial means to do that. And I know there's a lot of people that are kind of struggling and aren't able to like make investments, which sucks. And so I want to get you in a point where like, you're able to do that. And I think the best way to do that is by sort of going through the process of doing things that make a lot of value through the assets and the, growth that comes from them. And so with that said, I'm super, super pumped on the podcast over the next couple of months. I'm just going to be doing about an episode a day, maybe a month or so it'll take. I'm not 100% sure. But I'm my team, and they're going to upload some of basically all these audios from this class I taught. I think it'd be really, really cool to share it with you. And if you want to see, like, everything's got video, everything has, like, whiteboards and drawings and stuff like that. Everything also is over on YouTube. Just look up John Wooten, and you can get everything there. There's a whole playlist on my channel, and you can get access to everything there. And you're gonna actually able to see what I'm talking about, and it'll help a lot more. It's I would recommend you watch the videos, but I also know, like, if I'm going to the gym or something, or if I'm out, doing stuff, like, I'm not gonna have YouTube up, so I'm gonna probably want a podcast on, right? So I kind of have it in both of the forms, kind of like the investing series. So sort of whatever way is easier for you. But I'm excited. The reason I'm excited is because this information is like literally the foundation of almost every successful business magnate I know, almost every successful investor I know. They all understand these concepts, how to win friends and influence people. And when I was starting out, like, I didn't even like think of it as something that mattered, but it's like so crucial, so foundational, and so absolutely pivotal in your success that I'm really excited to be able to share it with you. So a lot of work's gone into this, years and years and years of applying have gone into this, and I just hope you get a ton of value from it and just have massive success with it. Because then once you understand this information, I mean, it is literally, it just changes everything. So with that said, I will see you guys in the first module of the course, and I hope you get a ton of value out of it and learn a bunch. So thank you so much, and I'll see you later. Bye.